So if we were looking to net again around the 2.2 million, what type of commission are you going to be charging us for us to net 2.2 million?
Okay.
So what are we looking at in terms of then going to market for us then to be able to net the 2.2 million?
Yeah. So there's 3 different options I can show you, and it depends on what marketing package, if you like, you choose. I'll show you the one that I recommend, and then you can take it from there.
Because I did mention to you. Okay. Well, let's hear you out. But,
okay.
But you have an indication of where we want to almost like I said, net the 2.2 million.
Yeah, I do. So the only thing I would say is just going to price and what we said with regard to how far above list price that you can go. We know that we're going to be more than your 2 millions and your 2 150s because your house is nicer. It's got more in terms of accommodation. It's renovated. We know that we've got to stay away from the 2495 price because of the additional bedrooms, the 70 square meters. So if it was in the region of kind of your 2.250 to 2.3 kind of mark, that would mean that you're higher than your competition, which isn't as nice around you, but you're also you're further away from something like here, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So if it was in there, what would you net? It depends on your marketing plan, as I mentioned, but this is the marketing plan and the strategy that I think could work perfectly for your home. This is the one that I've done on all the rest, and as you can see, easily getting within 2.1% of asking price. So this is what I would recommend. So as agents, we think we're brilliant photographers, but we're not, we're rubbish. We're really, really bad. And that is why I would always recommend we get a professional photographer in for you. It makes a massive difference. If you've seen on Property 24, you're scrolling down and just on the icon bars, you can see maybe a picture of a toilet that's dark, and then you get the professional photos next to it.
That's crazy, yeah.
It's like chalk and cheese.
Strange pictures.
Yeah. And sometimes you see if there's like a joint mandate or a triple mandate or whatever it might be sometimes, one does really good photos and then one takes cell phone pictures. What's the last impression on the buyer's mind?
Yeah.
Cell phone pictures.
The poor picture, that's true.
So it ruins all the professional photography. So the first thing I'd recommend, definitely, professional photography. This is used on your print marketing, it's used on your digital marketing, it's used on your social media marketing. So if we get this right, everything should be right from there.
And so you do that on an open mandate, professional photography?
There is a possibility on an open mandate that we would do professional photography. There would be a few things that we would just have to get confirmation from you on with regard to that. But professional photography is just one of the things that's down there to be able to do.
Okay.
The second thing that we tend to find is really effective, especially in your area where you're near the schools, is you'll get people driving around the areas and they'll be looking maybe for properties. But you probably found it as well. You see a board and you see a name and you think, oh, what does that house offer? But what are you always nervous of?
Talking to the agents.
Talking to the agents. You're nervous of talking to agents. You think, now they got my name, they got my number. And you think, oh, I don't know. And then you think, oh, I might go if it's on show, but I don't want to be hounded. So what we do is we do a professional photograph on a for sale board, on an A-frame like this. It makes your house stand out completely as exclusive from all the other homes that are around.
That's lovely, so you really see 4 bedrooms.
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually see there 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a garage.
Absolutely.
And a kitchen picture. That's
really So on yours, what I thought would be a really nice feature on yours is because you've got that view, which you don't see from the front door. My recommendation is that the photograph that goes on is that picture of the stunning view that you've got. And then you see this QR code that's here.
Yes.
So people would scan that QR code. It would take them through, they can have a look, they can have a look at the pictures, they can have a look at a tour of the property, they can have a look, they can see how much the house is. So what I found is we started this probably 5 years ago. And I remember it really well. I put the for sale board up outside and the seller phoned me after a week. And he said, Michael, he says, I don't know what's happening, but somebody keeps taking pictures of your for sale board. I don't know what's wrong. So I said to him, no, they're not taking pictures of it. They're scanning it onto their phone. And I said, I've had 4 inquiries from people who've seen the for sale board.
Okay.
Really works, yeah.
Wow. Well done.
So what we know is you guys are very, very busy. You don't want people coming through that aren't qualified.
Yeah.
When I get a phone call off this board, I know that they're well qualified. They know the price, they've seen the pictures, they know the area.
No, that's very
they're
important
good to
to
go.
us, right?
Yeah.
So we only want to know that whoever's coming to view is actually in that price range.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's
All right.
with the kids and our lives being very busy, we just don't want anyone through.
Yeah.
That's not.
Okay. So this is a really, really good aspect. And then one of the strategies that I had a look at is to do a 45-minute show house.
45 minutes.
45-minute show house. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Now, the reason why I say 45-minute show house is in our area, as you know, you often see on show 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Yeah. So what happens is you get a trickle flow of buyers coming through over a 3-hour period. But I want to create a real buzz about your house, whereby I get as many through in 45 minutes as possible.
Okay.
The idea then is that the buyers all realize that there's other buyers that are out there, that they all are competing against each other. And I want them to see that without me having to tell them. Because in their mind, if there's another 5 people looking and they like the house, they must make an offer. And that's the situation I want to get in for you. So I had a property the other day where we used this strategy. I had a database of 620 buyers.
What?
I did a buyer match on the property. And out of those 620, there were 34 that matched the area, matched the price range. I mean, obviously they've inquired over the last year, so not all of them, some of them have gone and bought or what have you, but there were 34 potential buyers that were out there. We do a database match. We send them the professional photos, we send them the links and all the rest of it, and we invite them to the show house for those specific 45 minutes. The first advert that I do says on show, Sunday, 2:15 to 3 o'clock.
Where does that take place? Where's that ad?
So that goes out into the district mail, which has got the widest distribution in the Helderberg.
Okay.
What I also then did...
We have seen some of your ads also on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
Those show house.
Perfect.
Ads, okay.
Social media is the other thing. So I did this strategy, got hold of all of them, and the beauty is we get a report sent to us from our marketing department. It shows who the database clients are that have been mailed, and it also tells me if they've opened the email and how many times they've opened it. So if I can see that Johnny Clark has opened your email 8 or 9 times, your property, instead of waiting for him to phone me, I can be quite proactive and I can say, Johnny, you're on our database. There's a property that we've listed. I think it could possibly suit your requirements. It has been emailed to you. I don't know whether you feel as though it's something that might possibly be of interest. We can now be quite proactive instead of just sitting and kind of waiting. So this show house where I did this strategy, I arrived 15 minutes before to kind of set myself up. There were 8 cars outside. There was people phoning me at 2 o'clock saying, where are you? Even though the board showed 2:15. I opened it up. We had altogether, I think it was 12 or 13 different groups of people that ended up coming through.
My word.
And I ended up with 4 offers, sold 99.1% of asking price. Because they could see all the other interest that was there.
Yeah, that sounds convenient, isn't it? Because obviously the showers that we've been going to have been the 3 to 5 type of thing.
Yeah.
We were chatting and we were saying that might not work for us.
Okay.
The whole afternoon and
Yeah.
with the children and what do you do, and it's family time, so it does kind of feel like it can be too long on a Sunday. So we were going to say we're not really interested in show houses.
Okay. Okay. So I wouldn't say it's something you've got to necessarily repeat a huge amount of times. It's in the initial period, create that buzz. You can have a nice meal for 45 minutes at Spur.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you don't have to sit there for 3 hours. But what I do know is when it's linked to every other type of marketing that we do, can be a really, really good tool. Channel them all through in 45 minutes. It saves people just having a Sunday kind of stroll, that kind of just coming back from lunch and want to see what the thing is. Yes, you might get the odd one. And I can't guarantee on the numbers that we would get through, but all I can tell you is it's a strategy that I think could work really, really well. Yeah. And then in terms of your kind of show days, this is the kind of database marketing that's kind of sent out to the clients, so that they can kind of see it, make sure that it's there. They can have a look at how it competes with other properties. So that's why the price is important. This is the list that I was saying of the clients on the database that get sent out. We get this report sent through. We can see the names. We can see how many times that they've gone and opened the email. And then your property would come up on a number of websites. Obviously, Harcourt's Platinum website, Harcourt's national site. When you did your searching for buying property a couple of years ago, what sites did you look at?
I think it was the one that pops up was just property and 24. And that's, those are the ones that come up the most.
Okay.
So,
we also looked at your own website.
Yeah.
That link that you sent us, that also directs
Yes.
you, that also mentions your website.
Great.
So that was very nice. We thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you very much. So you might be surprised, but Property 24 has just over 1 million unique browsers every single month. Wow. Individual people, 1 million unique browsers. Private property, just under 1 million unique browsers. They're the two biggest property portals. Okay. That kind of covers a lot of your Joburg, Durban, out of town kind of clients. A lot of your overseas clients will look at Property 24 and private property as well, because they'll see that it's come up. So it does attract your overseas kind of market. So my plan, if you like, strategy that got these homes sold is we've got a brilliant marketing department. They put together a 30 to 60 second YouTube video of your home, which then goes viral. That's the plan. So we'll do a social media campaign, and we can target certain categories in terms of their income, their areas, all of that. We can do a specific social media campaign in order to try and attract the right kind of person to your home. If we can get that right, you've seen what happens sometimes on YouTube videos that go viral. Who would have thought a floss dance would end up with 12 million views or whatever it was?
So sorry, Mike. Would that then be to boost these Facebook ads? How would you then give it this great exposure?
Yeah. So there's specific campaigns that you can do. There's things like boost. There's so many other different aspects that you can do. Sponsored links, all the rest of it. But once you've got that 30 to 60 second video, you can choose what is working. Is Instagram working? Is Facebook working? Is boosting the page? Is sponsoring the link? What is it that kind of works? You get reports that are sent through. You can actually start to change it.
So you do the video with the professional photographer? With
the professional photos, yeah. It's actually somebody different that does the video. It's a gentleman called Werner. He's pretty good. Mm-hmm. He's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. But we got the professional photos, we got the videos, all of that kind of works in terms of getting the technology that's out there. Okay. So the days of kind of an agent taking on your house, spending as little money marketing as possible and hoping the buyers come to you, we said like 6-7 years ago, this has got to stop. We've actually got to now spend the necessary money in getting people's houses sold for them proactively. And you can see the difference in what the prices are getting for their home.